What's up, everyone? How you doing?
What is
How's
going
it going,
on?
everybody?
Oh,
Pretty good, pretty good. So it's another Sunday here, and
Sunday.
yeah, this was a pretty good week for me for POTA. I don't know about you guys, but I got a lot of new parks in.
Nice.
Uh, I haven't got a lot of new parks in, but I did quite a bit of activating this weekend. Uh, did a did a little mini rove today,
Hmm.
so nothing new. But I just wanted to get out of my. I worked so much on these eagles here that's close to me. Sometimes I just like I gotta see something different, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to increase my total park numbers, so that's why I've been hitting all these new parks. I'm trying to get at least maybe 75 parks by the end of the year, like unique parks. But we'll see. It's tough because then you have to start going further and further and further out.
you're you're speaking to the choir, buddy. I know all about that.
Yeah, because like the problem for me is that Maryland's not too bad with parks, but like Virginia's kind of like a black hole in Northern Virginia, where it's just nothing for like a lot of miles. So if I want to do anything in Virginia, like I have to travel real far. Um,
I mean,
Yeah, did I see that correct today? You went from Kentucky to Virginia, James?
yes, sir. In a matter of 10 minutes.
Wow.
That's that's a really
That's a head scratch. That was a head scratcher for me
that's
because
a
I'm like,
that's a really cool part because you know how, let's say, the Lewis and Clark Trail, it goes from Iowa to wherever, and you pick which state you are, and it's all the same park number. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Those two parks that I activated were the same exact park, but they have different numbers. One for the
Okay.
one for the Virginia side and one for the Kentucky side, and I love that because I've got this spot in Kentucky, and I literally drive down the hill and up another hill, and I activate it again in Virginia.
is
That's
it
awesome.
Cumberland Gap?
No, it is
No.
Breaks Interstate Park.
Huh.
That's got to be down south there a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Down
it,
down where Virginia and Kentucky border each
it's
other, I guess.
kind of it's really close. Well, the Kentucky side is really close to Elkhorn City, Kentucky. Sort of uh, southeast of Pikeville.
Okay. I'm just pulling it up now to make sure I'm not talking goofy.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do like around the Cumberland Gap because I think that's like 3 states right there.
Yeah, really quick shout out to the three Pearsons. They went out
Absolutely.
late last night and today all day and put in the time, and they got their line award. Well, they will get their line award. They got their 30 parks in for it. So congratulations to them and happy birthday to Blake. That is his birthday present.
Nice.
He gets a line award. So
Happy birthday. Yeah, I know they hunted me a few times this week, which was pretty cool.
yeah, it was pretty cool because last night I did a few parks, but I was in fairly early and they were going out late. So I just basically sat here at the house and uh, held frequencies for them all night and talked to people while I was working on the audio on the new radio. And we did the old POTA rag chew. There was a couple of times we were saying it was a colonoscopy net and stuff, but uh, we did the old part of rag chew, and then they were doing that again today for them. But I was out activating. I did get them. It was pretty cool because I'd pull into a park, I'd see they were spotted, I'd go in there, I'd get park to park with them, and I knew they were roving fast. They're trying to get 30. So I just sit there, and as soon as they, like, he said, all right, work QRT on to the next, I'd be like, is this frequency in use?
There you go.
So I kind of piggybacked them. I did that twice today.
Yeah. Well, I'm not against people holding frequencies if they actually want to use it.
Right. No.
Oh yeah.
When I say we held the frequency, we didn't just stand there and then somebody say, "Is this frequency used?" Yeah, it's in use. In 12.2 hours, we're going to do the macaroni and cheese salad spilled on my wife's good church shoe net.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people know what happened this week, but yeah, that basically happened to me where I cleared the frequency. Like a lot of people in this chat can even confirm they heard me clear the frequency for over a good minute. I was sitting there calling CQ Pilda for a good 5 minutes, and then a bunch of lids came out of the woodwork. And were like, "Hey, you can't use this frequency." And I basically says who and what army.
Yeah,
Because last I checked, the U.S. government says I can, and they have a bigger army than you.
Well, it depends on what state they live in, because there are certain states that has a bigger army than the U.S. government's army, but we won't get into all that. Those armies ain't going to defend the lid's right to talk about his colonoscopy for sure.
Yeah, yeah, but I got a lot of new parks there. I went to like a couple of really cool ones. I went to Sandy Point. That one's really cool.
Yeah, that one's a cool one.
It was cold, but it was cool. And I don't even remember the name of all the other ones I went to. Like, there's just kind of some weird, like Merkel Point or something. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy's saying 40 meters. Thought it was CB channel 19. He's probably talking about 7200. They've been
I've actually I did 6 activations today, and all of them was on 40. I got spots every time. So, but that is the joy of my new radio too. But I was telling Hayden, like I literally can filter out so much crap now that like I didn't care that somebody would be moving in on me one up. I just filtered them out. I mean, yeah, there's still some stuff that gets through. I'm not saying it's the be all end all, but man, it like I'd have most of it turned off, and then I'd get a park to park, and they'd start really bad, and I'd turn on the contour and tune it out and stuff, and I get the park number, and it was just really nice to be able to do that because there were some crazy QRM from the contest, that's for sure.
So you'll have to tell the chat and everybody here how you are liking the DX10.
I am absolutely in love. I tell you, I took it out first thing Friday, and I took the 991A2 with me because I didn't have it set up the way I wanted, and I did a couple activations, and everybody's like, "Oh, your audio's off, your audio's off, your audio's off." I mean, they were hearing me. I was getting the contacts, but they're like, and I'd change the settings a little bit more and do another activation. Oh no, we liked it better last time. No, it's better this time. They sort of back and forth. One guy even's like, yeah, it's way better last time, and I was like, dude, you didn't even hunt me at the last park. But I fooled around and a couple of late nights messing around with different people. I'd get home like, hey, you available? And we'd get on 80 meters and play with my audio a little bit. And this morning, there was a couple people posted in Discord. Terry, actually, Kilo 8 Golf Quebec's like, what radio was you using, James? And November 3 X-Ray Lima Sarah said, it sounded like the 991A. And when he said that, I was like, yes, my audio is close. I just need it close. That way, if I need to switch back and forth between radios, everybody still knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, that's super cool. I got I guess you'd call it a radio. I got a a SDR Play DX this week.
Ooh, what's that?
It's a well, it's as it sounds. It's an SDR receiver. Can't transmit, but I'm trying to set up like a dedicated receive array at my house, so that way I can receive really like this thing receives really good. Like this is probably one of the best. I guess I wouldn't say it's best like low priced high end SDRs that's out there. And it was on sale at a HRO.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Is that
picked
a
one up.
USB interface?
Yep, plugs right into your computer. There's like free software for it. I will share what it is. But yeah, I'm trying to set up like a whole um, receive loop at my house. So yeah, this is it right here. It can run 3 antennas, antenna C's made for
Wow.
uh, basically 50 megahertz to 2 gigahertz, and then A and B is meant for what do you call it, HF. But you can receive UHF VHF on any of them. You can receive HF on any of them too. So if you have like a pretty broadband antenna that covers UHF VHF really well, but you could
Mhm.
also receive HF on it, like some kind of random wire really high up, you could plug it in there.
That's cool.
So
I'll just put the link for it in the chat if anybody else wants to check it out.
yeah, these things are really, really, really cool. I've been playing around with it. There's tons and tons of settings on it, like the same kind of settings you'd get with like a flex radio or something, right?
Sure.
But you don't have transmit capability on here. But it doesn't really matter. Like if you're just trying to hear people a lot better, and if you have a good transmit antenna, it doesn't really matter. What I've been doing actually is using that in conjunction with my club station, which I patch into remotely, and it has a 1.5 kilowatt amp and a Yagi antenna that I can turn. So I've been receiving on this because the receive at the club station is kind of junk because it's in the middle of the city.
Hmm.
So I've been receiving on this and transmitting on that. I've been making
Oh, nice.
tons of like POTA contacts and stuff because I can just come in there with 1.5 kilowatts in a directional antenna, and I have a nice receive loop outside. So
Sweet.
Good stuff.
yeah, my wife wasn't happy when she saw me like stringing out wires in the backyard though, but I said, "Don't worry, it's
The
temporary."
grass will
What?
grow over that.
Blame it on me. Tell her you're wiring up something for my bedroom.
Yeah, but no, like this thing, I think I could actually open the software and show you all it. It's pretty cool. You can see if there's a pirate station on.
Have any of you guys noticed that there's been somebody out in Hawaii activating regularly?
Yeah, KD9 DEZ.
TEZ, Eric Owen.
DEZ, I think. Or is it TEZ?
It's TEZ. I just saw
Yeah.
him on a little bit ago. I couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
I was hoping that he would come on while I was out at the park today, but he didn't get on until after I got home.
Yeah, he activates pretty. It it's kind of hard. Well, it's really hard for my area. He does reach the East Coast, Satan, but
Hmm.
like he does like 20 meters and 70 meters, and he's doing it like normally 9:30, 10 o'clock our time when it's kind of dead here.
Yeah, I
I
noticed
try.
Carlos worked him today, and I was like, all right.
I
I
mean,
was just
it's definitely doable. He is my Hawaii contact, but
yeah. I was looking for an SDR on the West Coast to see if I could hear him, and I couldn't get anything. He was on
That's how I hunted him the first
15.
time.
No, he was on 10 earlier. 28
I think
315.
I got him on 17 when I finally got him. Now he actually hunted me on 20 meters,
Oh
but
yeah.
he wasn't in the park.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, I was like, come on.
Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you can hear what's happening here. Could demonetize in like 5 seconds.
You gotta
It
pipe the
sounds
audio
really
through.
good.
You're not monetized yet.
I know. That's the
That-
point. They'll be like,
But
yeah,
just
you're
in
never
case.
getting monetized.
I was like, wait a minute, you can't get demonetized.
Oh, they'll demonetize without monetizing me with what they talk about on this frequency.
Oh, that good of stuff, huh?
Yeah, this is like a really cool little toy I got. And yeah, it sounds amazing. The only problem I have, and I've been looking into solutions for it, is getting more filtering for AM broadcast band. Because it's really like, I think I must be one of the areas that has like the handful of 50,000 kilowatt transmitters. Because the 980 station, I think Hayden probably knows about that one.
Which one's that?
980 AM, the sports one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one transmits
I
at
forget which one.
50,000 kilowatts during the day. And it's a few miles from me, not super close, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it
Yeah, I think I know
splatters.
which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it splatters pretty bad. So I've been looking, I guess like a notch filter would be the best option.
Yep.
Just tuning it to that specific frequency and then putting it in conjunction with a high pass filter. And I would just brick wall out AM and then that specific frequency.
I managed to get out to the park this weekend.
Yeah,
First time in a long time.
I saw that. That was cool.
Yesterday we took the boat anchor out and hooked it to the Eagle One, and that's a Transworld Flyway transceiver. I showed the guys in the after chat Wednesday what it looked like. It's basically, I call it my spy radio because it's in a stainless steel or aluminum briefcase, and you can carry it around like a briefcase, and it looks very mil spec radio, and it's got the Army handset that you can talk with on it. And we made about 19 contacts, something little like that.
Nice.
Then I went out today and set up the 991 and made 3 coast to coast contacts, 2 with Oregon and 1 in California. That was kind of fun. And brought my total contacts to my home park to 826.
Cool.
We'll have that kilo knocked out in the next couple of activations or so.
Yeah. How about that? I tried at that activation on, was it Friday or Thursday? I don't even remember now. I tried to run 2 radios, and I figured out how to run FT8 on one radio and voice on the other without like the FT8 respotting me. And that was, I put Stroke Portable on the FT8, and I just
Uh-huh.
ran the normal call sign, and it would only respot the Stroke Portable when I was doing FT8.
Cool.
Because I'd call CQ on FT8 with the Stroke Portable. But I couldn't really get it to work. Whenever I transmit on my 891, it would like splatter onto my G90. But funny enough, the G90 didn't splatter onto the 891. So I don't know, kind of weird. Even though they're only like a couple feet apart, but I think I have a solution for it, which is basically to set up like a remote LAN or a LAN network and just run it remote out of the car, and then I'm like,
Oh, there you
a
go.
couple 100 feet away, on the voice, and I'm just playing on one laptop with the radio.
I would have said
FT8.
250-foot coaxes in opposite directions.
Oh, I had it
I was
far
gonna say,
away. Yeah.
was your antennas not far enough? Because it shouldn't be.
No, I think it's the DigiRig module that's really messing with it.
Okay.
I don't think it's like the actual. It may be the radio because it is a G90. Like the G90 was doing the FT8 because I wanted to have the power on the voice because
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really matter if you had the power on FT8. But the antenna was like a good almost 100 feet away.
Okay.
But
another thing that might help if one is horizontal and the other is vertical.
yeah, they were both vertical.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing I can really do about that at the moment.
No, sure.
There was like nowhere to put up play because I was at Moncassie State Battlefield. There's really not a way to put up a vertical, or I mean a horizontal. Tons of way to put up verticals, but I was kind of like in the middle of a field that was surrounded by trees. So, what y'all have planned for this week?
Well, we got Thanksgiving coming up this week.
Yeah, it's a tough week.
We'll unfortunately we're going to miss the Wednesday night live stream with James because we'll be traveling to West Virginia with her family and Thanksgiving. And
This guy has not read his employee manual.
I know. I thought, is there any way we can leave Thursday?
What, he doesn't get paid holidays?
Yeah, he gets all day off Thursday
and Friday.
Does he get dental too?
Yeah, if he gets a tooth that's bad, I'll knock it out for him.
There you go. Yeah.
No charge.
Yeah, so we'll actually be having Thanksgiving on Saturday is when everybody will come up. So I'll get out and go play radio on Thursday and Friday at my home park in West Virginia.
Yeah, I might be relegated to local parks this week because my son has like half days every day this week at school. So yeah, I can't go too far. I mean, there's a couple of parks in the county I haven't done yet, but those are kind of tough to get to. So we'll see. I may or may not do them. It's also really freaking cold, so.
Oh yeah, that it is.
If I can't do it in the car, I don't know if I want to do it.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold activating lately. I know there was one the coldest I've been so far this since it's become winter has been like 14, but it's gotten down there a few of those morning activations.
Not only has it been cold, but it's been windy, and it knocked down the antenna in my backyard.
Uh-oh.
Oh, funny story. So I don't know if you remember, Pat, they talking about the day that I come home to my DX10. First thing I noticed was my antenna down, and I thought we had a windstorm and it ripped it down or whatever. So the next day I'm out there because it was just my temporary setup, and I'm picking up the pieces of PVC, off the ground and stuff. And my neighbor comes out there and she's like, "Yeah, I seen that deer run right through your line yesterday." And I was like, "What is with deers in my lines?" So, when I was looking at it, I was wondering why the one antenna line was way back this way because it should have just all fell over this way. But the one line was way back, and so now I got to worry about when I do put it back up. Did it break a connection in the antenna?
Ooh.
I'm hoping it just caught the guidelines, and that's what it was hitting.
Well, what's really weird is I have like these like metal garden posts that go like I have like one of those military masts, those fiberglass ones, and it's like hollow on the inside. So I put a metal, what do you call it? Like a metal gardening post in the middle to hold up the bottom, and that's what snapped. Like the fiberglass pole didn't snap at all, or the antenna. The antenna's fine. Like it's still up in the tree. But yeah, that little metal mat, that little metal garden post just snapped somehow, and like it's solid metal. So I'm like, what the heck happened with this? Joseph's in the chat. He's finally not late. Look at that.
Joseph's always late. How is he not late?
He's not too late. All right, let me clarify that. Like he's
Okay.
still late, but you know,
He's casually late.
yeah. This week, I know Wednesday and Thursday I'm doing some like stuff to help people out for Thanksgiving, so I'm not gonna be doing too much radio.
Hey, sometimes doing radio helps people out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, it helps me out. That's for sure. But oh shoot, I had a train of thought and then I completely lost it. Love it when that happens. Yeah, I'm actually more excited to see what kind of Black Friday deals come up. Because I would like a new mobile and a new HT. Well, I would specifically like the FT5DR.
Oh, that's a good one.
Just because I want to have APRS. But, you know.
I don't know about Black Friday deals, but I know something that everybody should want to order.
What, an Eagle One?
No. Here, I'll show you. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Everybody needs one of these right here.
That's funny.
Yeah, fresh off the printers. Well, they're not even printed yet. I actually dropped my store last night or night before last, and that's one of the new items that's in the store.
That's pretty cool. You gotta do like stuff with your logo on it though.
I've already got something with my logo on there too.
Cool. Yeah. I need a Plasma Storm was telling me in another channel, I don't remember which one, that isotoner gloves are good for
Really?
playing with the radio. If anyone else has any other suggestions, but yeah, I want something I want to be able to like, touching your phone screen's like the hardest one I get, but like at least being able to like use a laptop somewhat proficiently and touching the buttons on the radio like without having giant, you know,
Do they make
pushing
something that
it.
interacts with like the touch screen and stuff?
Yeah, I guess the isotoner ones do.
I know there's some gloves that's supposed to interact with touchscreens. I don't know what brands they are. Nothing.
Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about, but the problem with a lot of those is they tend to be like really thin. So like if you're gonna be outside for like 15, 20 minutes, it's fine, but anything longer than that, kind of at the mercy of the elements. I need to also, that reminds me, I need to schedule the next club activation.
You can always do the old trick I do when I'm deer hunting. Because when I'm a bow hunter, but I still use a trigger on my bow, and I can't stand anything on my fingers. I have to feel exactly where that trigger is at for the release. And I wear those gloves that have the part that you can either flip back or pull over the end of it. And what I'll do is I'll take my one finger and I'll slide it out of the glove,
Hmm.
when I need it, and then when I'm not for the trigger, and when I'm not, I'll put it back in the little mitten part. So that would probably work.
That wouldn't be bad. Yeah.
Sounds like the exact same pair of gloves that I have for hunting. They have it's like a fingerless glove and then the whole mitten that goes over top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to have something that I can like type with too. So like the mitten part would be tough.
Well, the mitten comes off of your fingers and folds back.
Yeah. It can. Here, I'll show you.
Because like, well, my thing is then wouldn't your fingers just be out in the cold? Or
Yeah, but when they get cold, you cover them up.
oh yeah,
The
I
mitten
guess.
covers up. It's ideal for hunting if you're just sitting in a stand somewhere for a long time and you just want to keep your fingers warm.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. That would be terrible, I guess. You can Oh, Dan's causing trouble. You can expose your fingers for the McRib, he says. Hey, they're doing away with it soon,
Yeah, it's its farewell tour, they say.
allegedly.
Oh Lord.
You know what's gonna happen. They're gonna wait like a few years. They're like, oh,
Oh, we found some
psych.
left over.
Yeah, somewhere in our warehouse in Alaska, we found some.
I gotta admit, I've never had one.
They're not bad. We had something similar in the Navy we used to cook up. That tells you it's like it's prison food. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just well, it's probably worse than prison food because we get the rejected prison food. That's a fact. Like there's like boxes of meat that go to the military that says like rejected by so and so state
Oh,
prison.
jeez.
Yeah.
I would think it would be the other way around.
No. Well, unless you're in the Air Force, that's different.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So something similar to that. That mine is different than that, but I mean, just so you get the ideal, they've got the mitten part that folds back,
Huh.
and then you can actually put the mitten over your finger and then bring one of your fingers out to type or push button or
Just
whatever, and then just slide it back up in the mitten, and
Oh,
yeah.
you can actually put a hot hand in that mitten too. So
Well, I mean, you don't need a hot hand when you have a McRib. Like that.
yeah,
That is your hot hand.
that's true too. That's true too.
You just get your gloves dirty with all that barbecue sauce. Dan said it. I wasn't gonna say it, but Dan did say it. Like those.
I was giving you an example, Dan. You can pick whatever kind you like. Mine are camouflage. They're definitely not women's.
What are you saying? The little picture on the side there.
the
Oh,
advertisement.
okay.
Yeah. See, James probably has some weird search history. I'm betting.
Yeah,
Full gimp suit leather.
that's what I activate in. What are you talking
There
about?
you go. You stay
Gotta
nice
stay
and
warm
warm in that.
somehow.
Yep. I was about to say you stay nice and balmy in that thing. No heat's getting out of there.
Oh Lord.
Then
Hey, at least you're
see,
giving us stuff to talk about on our 80-meter colonoscopy net.
and then you come out holding the DX10, so you ready to get cucked.
Lord. Here we go again with them made up words.
That is not a made up word.
That's not a made up word. No.
Oh.
You guys are a little more hip than I am.
Dan's
not-
going all in on you, James.
Oh God. Here we go.
Oh man, this went off the rails real quick. Thanks, Dan.
it's hard to say off with your head, when he's bringing good items to the treasury. Oh, now I'll tell you what, my first set of audio, it wasn't probably much better than that because Terry what did Terry say? He said I said sounded like I was shallow or something, and I was like, I don't even know what that means, Terry. But I don't know. I think I've got it figured out now. If not, I don't know. I still don't know how my CQ message sounds though. The recorded message. Because every time I ask somebody, they're like, I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard it yet.
Would there be a way to like download? Like I bet it's like in some sort of format that the other one could use. Like, I'm wondering if you could like somehow transfer the recording.
It's doubtful because the 991A one is in its internal memory, and the DX10 one is on a card.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, could you plug in the 991A and then like transfer it to the card?
Maybe through that software. I forget who makes the software for
Yeah.
the
I mean,
991A.
It probably sounds good. It's just there's so many options on this radio, and like you can turn it up and down for your hearing, and it's turned way down. So I don't. I'm used to when I hear that, I'm like, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I know I've been listening to the contest a little bit, and like you could tell when people like have some old recording or like the perfectly recorded recording, and they get on their mic, you're like, is that the same person?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the thing with on my 991A. I don't know how well I do because it's recorded and it's coming straight from the radio and not through a mic, and there's extra this and that between the mic and that, but it's a lot louder coming over the air. My recording is than I am when I talk because I've had people before. Well, you were a 5'9", but now you're a 5'5", and I'm like, that's because I was recording. Now I'm me.
Interesting.
But I don't know if I don't know.
You can. I think you can adjust the level of the recording too to make it bigger.
I know I can adjust the level that I hear it at, but I don't know if I can adjust the level that it goes out at. Because if I can adjust that, it needs to be like 1,500 watts. I can hear him call CQ, but I can't hear him. What is it with this? I know there was an activator this weekend that I don't know his call or nothing, but I tried to hunt him, and he never would take my call. And then I just sit there and listen, and he wouldn't take nobody's call. He'd call CQ, and then like 4 or 5 people would call him. He'd sit there for a minute, and he'd call CQ again. 4 or 5 people would call him. And somebody even posted on the POTUS page, said, this guy's not answering nobody.
Yeah.
So it was really weird.
Yeah, maybe he just had a lot of stray RF or something on his receive. I know I've had it that way, where like if I'm in the middle of DC at certain parks, I can't hear shit. And like I've frustrated a lot of people who try to hunt like these rare parks because like I'll call CQ and it'll be like 30 people trying to get back to me, but I can hear maybe 2 because like the RFI is just so bad. Like I need to invest in some bandpass filters when I go back there. But yeah, it's really, really bad because it's like, you got like apartment buildings and stores and the subway's right under you. So yeah, not good. because that thing uses I don't know how many hundreds, thousands of volts through its electrified line, but it's a lot, and it probably works as a giant antenna. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would tend to mess things up a little bit.
Yep. It would. Yeah, I'm still on my quest for my 50 states.
Yeah, me too. I still need Alaska.
Well, you have like the award with the wild card, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah, I still need
Yeah.
Alaska. I've got my QRZ 50 states, but that don't
Yeah, I
count
do
either.
too.
That don't count either.
Yeah, it does.
They got to be in a part. Well, yeah, the
Uh,
QRZ one counts.
yeah. Unless you made them all on like DMR, and then I'd be like, yeah, you know. eh, eh.
Yeah, I need Alaska and Hawaii still, so hopefully I'll get them soon.
Yeah, DEZ activates a lot, and if you're on like early in the morning, I'm talking about 1 a.m. You could maybe get out to them on voice on like 20 or 15 meters, and then just use an SDR somewhere in the middle and see if he hears you. That's the way I did it. You know, is it cheating? No, it's not. Hunting's hunting, no matter how
Yeah.
you do it. But then I've also worked Hawaiian FT8, like from the house. I could hear them; they could hear me. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
And what's your home antenna setup?
I have a MFJ 1984. Yeah, 84 because it's the 40-meter one.
Okay.
About 25 feet in the air.
Is that a dipole or?
It's a end fed,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's just strung straight out to the end of the yard.
Cool.
Because my yard is like a big kind of triangle shape, so I can put really long antennas. But and like I have a tree that's like right before the end, so I can even like just use that to support it, and then like maybe have it go down a little bit, which doesn't really matter. But yeah, I have a lot of issues with long wire antennas, so resonant antennas work a lot better for me. But then I get limited on what bands I can use.
Yeah. I've got the chameleon end fed set up like an inverted V, so I had on the back of my deck, it's like 12 feet off the ground. I have a pole that goes up 36 feet.
Yeah.
The feed point's at the very bottom, almost ground level of the deck, and then it goes straight up over the roof of the house out to a tree, and it's just like a upside down L, and it's pretty flat. I've got it kind of hooked
So
into
you
the
feed
tree.
it on the base?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like it comes up vertical like 36, 40 feet, and then the rest of the wire goes out to the tree horizontal. And and I got it that way from Chameleon's suggested configurations for their antenna.
Interesting, because mine's fed at the top of the pole.
Okay.
And just runs straight across.
Oh, that's just not an inverted L then, is it?
Not really, because like I said, the end only has like maybe 5 feet hanging down.
Oh, okay. You're hanging down on the other end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at the termination, I guess you'd call it, where like I threw it over the tree, and like there's maybe 5 or 10 feet that like come down off the branch just so it can be held onto the ground, so it's not flopping around or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get another one and just run it straight horizontal across the yard, but like I don't know what happened, but those military poles are kind of gone. So, like I can't find them anywhere, and if I do find them, they're on eBay, and they're like $150.
I had the whole 40-foot tower kit when I first got licensed, and came with all the guy wires and the plates and everything, and had a nice little canvas bag that it all tucked away into.
Nice.
I regret the day I got rid of that.
Oh yeah, yeah, because I would love to put up like a Moxon or something for 10 meters. That's what I really want to do. I want to get like a 10-meter Moxon up and get a fan dipole for like 30 to 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then a dipole for 40. Maybe 80. I could probably get away with an 80-meter dipole. Maybe.
You got a lot of room there.
Well, 80-meter dipole is like 120 feet across, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look it up. I'll look it up. No, it's less than that. It's actually only
really?
34 feet. No, hold on. Well, I guess it depends on the wavelength.
Yeah.
I think a quarter wavelength is 34 for each leg. And I think a half wave is 134 feet. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
It's actually really cheap.
I'm gonna have to measure what my random wire is out there.
You can pick up 80-meter dipole for up to how many watts is this? Legal limit for $44.
What brand?
Amateur radio supplies. I don't know. It doesn't really say a brand on this, I don't think. I think it's just a standard dipole. Let me see this. Blah, blah, blah. Where is it? Oh, brother. Here we go. I have put it in its own window for some reason. There we go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, 134 feet in my yard. I mean, that would probably be going across the entire thing. But I could do it.
And then you put a tuner on it, and you have everything below that too. 80 to 10 at least.
Yeah, it says it's less than 1.5 to 1 from 35 to 36. So it would work well in the general portion. If you cut it down like just a few, like a couple feet, it'd probably be perfect on the general portion. Maybe not even that much. Yeah, oh. Let's see. Yeah, I put this thing up about, I don't know. Andy says just make one. And it's like, I'm not against making one. But there is like something to be said about a properly manufactured one. Where if it gets messed up, you could be like, hey, replace it.
You replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first antenna was a 20-meter dipole. All I
There
did
you
was
go.
solder the wires to the connector and put it up in my attic.
Maybe I should try to pull this one off, a 160-meter dipole.
I could probably put one up. How long are they?
260 feet
I bet I've got that.
Total or each way?
total.
Oh, that's not bad.
The 80 meters, what would I say? 100, whatever total. Like, I could maybe do it like in a diagonal configuration, where it's like
Yeah.
running diagonally through the yard instead of straight.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I'd have to do it in like an inverted V. But yeah, that's a lot of antenna.
That's my only problem here at the house. I got a tree on one end, but I don't have anything on the other end or in the middle.
Yeah,
The
that's where.
dipoles are kind of out for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could put up like a fiberglass mast, like what I have. That's what I did.
Probably do something on the roof.
Or that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just off the chimney or something. So let me see. I'm gonna like Google Earth measure my yard.
Nice.
Of course, like I can't really see it because there's like tons of trees and shit. Just make a square. Now that's the problem, Andy. My yard's like a triangle shaped.
You could call it a delta. Just make it delta.
Make a delta loop. Yep.
So I just got a text from the Pearsons, and Ryan is who that handles most of the logging when they're doing their roads and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on their way back home, and he just out of the blue, he's sitting there going through the laptop. And he's like, "Hey y'all, I only have 29 logs." And he was totally messing with them, but
Oh, that's sweet.
they were about to kill him.
Uh-oh.
Oops, I forgot to hit save.
Yeah, because you'd have to get to a park and get activated in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I could definitely run a 80-meter dipole straight across the yard,
Nice.
which would be awesome. But if I wanted to do, I'd either have to do the 160 inverted V, or let me see if I go from the side of the house.
Wow, a 160 inverted V. That would be one big V.
Well, yeah, you'd have, like, I could only get it up like 24 feet in the middle. So I don't even know that I'd have the space to do it. Yo, I'd be pretty close if I ran a. Yeah, it'd have to be up like 80 feet. Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, I could, but that's a lot of work, and I'm not going to do a lot of work.
It's not that's a lot of work for me. I can do 80 foot. It's just going to be a lot of coax. I mean, a lot of coax. Because I have to go all the way to the back of the property to get up that high.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about putting up one like really high there. Not an inverted V, just a regular dipole, like extremely high, just to see what it does.
Let's see who's up next. Who's on deck? Ooh, I'm gonna have to see that. We're talking about masks, and look what pops up in my suggested videos. The HF mask you need by K7SW. There you go. Posted 4 hours ago, so it's something I could probably actually buy. Which is important when you're looking at ham radio videos, because things that are 5 years old may not be available. I've learned that pretty quickly.
Nice.
Ham Radio Concepts is on right now, if anyone wants to watch that. Tank Radio is next.
Oh, there you go.
With his POTA pack. Hopefully it includes uploading the log the same day.
I mean, they made it easier.
Or at least the same week. Okay? Yes, Tank.
Self-uploader is awesome.
I'm calling you out, Tank. Upload your damn logs, boy.
I feel guilty when I leave the park and they're not all ready to POTA.
No, I get home before I upload it.
Yeah.
I'm about 70-30. 70% of the time they're done right there in the park. 30% they're done when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So I guess we'll start wrapping it up. I'll link Tank's video, and then y'all can tell him that I sent you. But so James, what you got going on this week?
Hopefully, I'm going to edit a video here tonight and get it out this week. Other than that, I will be live streaming on Wednesday night without my technician. So, forget about comments and all that good stuff, because we know I don't pay no attention. And I'm just gonna keep on doing POTA and getting used to this new radio.
I think it's. Oh, you're right. That is tomorrow. I thought that was tonight. Usually he does a video tonight. Maybe no one's doing a video.
Charlie's not doing one?
I think he does one like every other week or something. I should know because I talk to him every week. I don't see one scheduled, so I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess that is the next video though, is Tanks tomorrow. I don't think Jason's doing anything tonight either. So, all right. How about you, Hayden, doing anything exciting this week other than the Thanksgiving stuff?
Once we get up there for Thanksgiving, I'll have to see what time it is. Maybe I can hop on the after chat and razz you guys. But yeah, look for me Thursday or Friday or both days at Kilo 7017. And hope everybody has a good turkey day.
Yeah. Well, yep, that's going to do it tonight, guys and gals, if there's any in the chat. Sean showed up at the last minute. But nice to see you in the chat there, Sean. Hopefully you're not freezing your butt off up there. I know there's been a bit of snow up that way. So, all right, guys. Well, I will go ahead and wish everybody 7 threes, and we'll see everyone next week.
73.
73, everyone.